Welcome, everybody. Hi, I'm Susan Strong, and I'm with Heart Valve Voice US. And coming to you, I wanted to give you just a little preview about these really cool sunglasses because we're going to be telling you in just a few minutes how you can get your very own pair. So that's pretty exciting. I also wanted to share with you that I am a heart valve patient myself. I had TAVR in 2014, and I'm just so excited to be here today to share some exciting information with everybody about how you can get involved and participate in Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day in February. Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day 2020 is February 22nd. It's coming to you, our webinar today is coming to you from Heart Valve Voice US, and we are a patient-led organization that focuses exclusively on heart valve disease diagnosis, treatment, and management. And we advocate for early detection and meaningful support and timely access to appropriate treatment for everyone involved. We're so glad that you're with us. Welcome back if you've joined us for our other patient education webinar series. And we'd like to thank Edwards Life Sciences for their support of our patient education webinar series. And also welcome if you're joining us for the very first time. We want to encourage you to find us online at heartvalvevoiceus.org. You can sign up to be on our mailing list and get updates. And you can also find us on our Facebook page and on Twitter. And my name is Susan Strong, and I'm the Director of Patient Engagement for Heart Valve Voice. I'm also a heart valve patient. This past November 12th was my 5th year anniversary of my TAVR procedure. So I had aortic valve replacement via TAVR, transcatheter aortic valve replacement, 5 years ago, and it's going strong, no pun intended, but I'm doing great and so happy to be here. And just want to mention too, thanks to John Lewis, who's our executive director at Heart Valve Voice. I told you we were going to tell you how you could get your very own pair of sunglasses. Here's the email address. We'll have it again at the end of the broadcast, and then it'll come out in emails to you, so don't worry. But you want to be one of the first 50 to request a pair. They're free, but you'll need to email the email address above and include your name and your full mailing address. And you have to pinky swear that you're going to share a picture with your new glasses on your own social media during Heart Month next month, and especially on Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day. But you'll want to reach out pretty quickly before these glasses go away because they are really fun and it's a great way to share the awareness. So we have Lindsay Clark, who's the Vice President of Health Education and Advocacy for the Alliance for Aging Research, and Kelsey Martin, who's the Health Programs Coordinator at the Alliance for Aging Research, and Janelle Germanos, who's the Communications Manager at the Alliance for Aging Research. They're going to be presenting in just a few moments about all the different ways that you can get involved and all of the really great assets that are available for you to use on your own social media. And also we have some ideas for you on how you can share your story even if you're not on social media. But before we do all that, we would love to share with you a public service announcement, and we want to share that video with you, and it's something that you can share in emails or on social media yourself. But we're really excited about it and think it's a great way to raise awareness about heart valve disease. So if we'll take a moment to watch the video.
Hearts have always been a symbol of love and of life. But if the heart valves inside us don't work properly, people can feel tired, out of breath, and weak. Many mistake these signs of heart valve disease simply as symptoms of growing older. But the truth is, heart valve disease affects 11 million Americans and, if left untreated, can lead to death. The good news is that if heart valve disease is treated, patients can recover and live long, happy, and productive lives. But in order to treat heart valve disease, you need to know if you have it. If you or your loved ones are over the age of 65 and are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, dizziness, or fatigue, it's time to have your doctor listen to your heart. And if you've been diagnosed with heart valve disease, follow up with your doctor to discuss new treatment options that may be available. A message sponsored by Heart Valve Voice US. For more information about the symptoms and treatments for valve disease, go to heartvalvevoice-us.org.
So we're really excited about that public service announcement, and we hope that you'll help us share it and get the word out, because as we know, just not enough people know about heart valve disease, and sometimes they mistake it for just getting older. Isn't that right, Lindsay and Kelsey?
That's right.
Well, welcome, and I think it's a good point to turn the presentation over to you, and we're really excited about all that you're going to share with us today. Thank you so much for being here with us today and giving your time.
Well, thank you, Susan, for the opportunity and for rocking the sunglasses. You look fabulous. And just FYI, I think orders have already started to come in, so we're excited about the enthusiasm.
That's great.
Thank you to everyone for joining us. It's really a great opportunity, and we're excited to get a chance to talk with all of you today and to share our thoughts about how you can engage on February 22nd for Valve Disease Day. Your voices are really important, and we're really grateful to all of you that you're sharing your stories and helping educate others about valve disease. So it's January 22nd, which means we are exactly 1 month out from the big day. So it's game on. Our goal today is to get you ready for the day and the days leading up to it. There's a lot of things planned throughout the week ahead of Valve Disease Day and even throughout Heart Month. And we want to share the campaign resources that we have available to you, and also give you some tips and best practices for advocating for heart valve disease and amplifying your reach. Susan introduced us, but just a little bit about the Alliance for Aging Research. We are a nonprofit organization located in Washington, D.C. We've been around since 1986, and we're really advocating for healthy aging through research and innovation, and we do a lot of policy and education work, and one of the things that we do is to lead the Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day campaign. So what is Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day? Next slide, please. Thank you. Many of you are probably familiar with Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day, but for those of you who aren't, just a quick overview. So in 2017, the Alliance for Aging Research conducted a survey to find out how many people actually knew about heart valve disease. This is a disease that, as you saw in the PSA, affects as many as 11 million Americans. And what we found out was that 3 out of 4 knew little to nothing about the disease. We also did an in-depth analysis of people who had been diagnosed with heart valve disease and found that more than 2/3 of those individuals knew a limited amount or nothing about heart valve disease prior to their diagnosis. So recognizing the seriousness of the disease, combined with this alarming awareness gap, the Alliance joined forces with 17 other organizations coming together on February 22nd in 2017 to collectively use our voices to raise awareness about the risk factors, the symptoms of valve disease, and then to work on improving detection and treatment and ultimately saving lives. While valve disease can be disabling and deadly, available treatments can save lives, which makes our education and awareness raising particularly important. So on this day and throughout the year, the campaign and its partners host events. We reach out on social media, we work with journalists, we find creative ways to get people to pay attention to the messages of the campaign. So also starting in 2017, the Department of Health and Human Services officially recognized the day on its National Health Observances calendar. They will have a toolkit up this year, and you can find it at healthfinder.gov/NHO. Also in 2017, we were recognized by a congressional resolution that was introduced by Representative Tony Cardenas of California, helping to raise awareness about heart valve disease. So a quick look at 2019, some of our highlights and the impact we were able to make. So last year was our 3rd year, and at that point we were joined by 65 partners. We had thousands of online contributors, and many of you were probably contributors, so thank you. We were able to reach more than 11 million folks via the radio, close to 800,000 through digital PSAs, and more than 63 million through a TV PSA. Collectively, we were able to reach an estimated audience of more than 154 million, and more than 8.5 million people in a high impact engagement way. So we measured how many people were watching videos, how many people were interacting with website content, how many people were commenting, and 8.5 million people engaged in some way. Next slide. Actually, I will get to that in a minute. One more thing on the impact. We had partners who were hosting more than 30 in-person and online educational events, including informational booths, seminars, senior center events, health fairs, and more. We had a flagship event on the day, on February 22nd, that we co-hosted with MedStar Heart and Vascular Institute, which is located here in Washington, D.C. We featured fabulous speakers, including our own CEO, Sue Peshin, Dr. John White, who is WebMD's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Stuart Seides and Dr. Lowell Sattler of MedStar, and then we also had the U.S. Surgeon General, Vice Admiral Jerome Adams, who all spoke for that flagship event, which we also shared on Facebook Live. We were also able to have 30 letters to the editor placed. We reached more than 2.5 million potential readers, and 174 outlets ran the campaign press release, reaching a potential audience of 10 million. And through social media, we produced close to 200,000 engagements, close to 400,000 video views, and more than 70 million impressions. We also had an ad in Reader's Digest that reached an audience of 16.3 million readers. But none of this would have happened without all of our advocates and partners. To date, we have 74 organizations who are joining us. We have nonprofits, advocacy organizations, professional societies, heart and vascular institutes, hospitals, and more, and they're all joining us in this effort. Just wanted to flag that if any of you work with or know of any organizations that aren't already campaign partners that might be interested, please let us know. It's definitely not too late to join, and we're happy to get them up to speed. I'm now going to turn things over to my colleague, Kelsey Martin, who many of you probably know from her work on the campaign. So Kelsey, take it away.
Sure. Next slide, please. So here you can see an image of our Valve Disease Day website, which can be found at valvediseaseday.org. Please feel free to explore the website and all it has to offer. The sections of the website you should definitely check out for resources, events, and campaign assets are the Get Involved and Events tabs that you can see on that white banner across the top of this image. If you are working with a local organization to plan an event for this year, we have plenty of downloadable resources that include event signage, educational materials, pens, and more that are all available for you to easily download and brand your activities. You can explore these resources by clicking on the Get Involved tab and then choose Organize an Event in the drop-down box. If you look up on the right-hand side, there's a little shop button all the way to the right. We do have a Zazzle shop if you wish to order any type of Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day branded merchandise for yourself, loved ones, or an event. You can purchase branded t-shirts, mugs, pins, magnets, and more through this website, and you can access our Zazzle store by clicking on the shop tab again. Next slide, please. So here is a little screenshot of our events page. If you click on the events tab, you can find a list of partner events and an interactive map that shows online and in-person events that are taking place in the month of February, on February 22nd and the weeks beforehand. Be sure to check back often as we are always updating the page and sharing details for new events. If there is an event taking place near you, we encourage you to register and attend to show your support for Valve Disease Day. All the information you will need to find will be within each event, so be sure to definitely check it out. Next slide, please. If you would like help spreading the word about Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day online, we have a number of really great resources to help you do so. When you hover your mouse over the Get Involved button, there will be a drop-down box. Click on Spread the Word to access resources that can help assist you in reaching out to your friends, family, or community and spreading awareness about heart valve disease online. From suggested core messages to website language, logos, and graphics, there are many ways in which you can share your support for Valve Disease Day and spread the word online. In addition to suggested social media messaging, which our communications manager, Janelle, will touch on shortly, there are downloadable logos, a website badge, infographics, and 4 short educational videos that you can easily post to your social media feeds and share with your family and friends. When adding these assets to your outreach, make sure that you link them back to valvediseaseday.org. Next slide, please. So this year we are hosting a community event at the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce in Harlem, New York, with speakers, screenings, and more. Guest speakers will include Sue Peshin, President and CEO of the Alliance for Aging Research, Dr. John White, Chief Medical Officer of WebMD, and more. Please join us if you are in the area on February 22nd, or feel free to tune in on Facebook Live, and definitely stay tuned for additional details. So now I'm going to turn it over to Janelle to talk more about how you can participate on social media this Valve Disease Day.
Thank you, Kelsey. Hi, everyone. My name's Janelle, and I'm really excited to talk to you today. Before I get started, just wanted to say thank you for all you do to raise awareness of heart valve disease, and social media is a great tool to do that. So I'm going to give you some tips for how you can use social media to get involved in Valve Disease Day, tell your story, and raise awareness of heart valve disease. So social media is a great way for you to get involved in raising awareness of valve disease, no matter where you live. Simple way to just get started right now is to make sure you're following all of the Valve Disease Day social media accounts. So you can look to the 3 official social media accounts for the latest news from the campaign. We have a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find these accounts by typing in our handle here, and then also on our website, if you scroll down to the bottom, we have links to all of these accounts. So if not following, be sure to follow today. So although Valve Disease Day is technically just one day, we want you to start participating and raising awareness now. I'm going to go over a schedule for when you should be promoting Valve Disease Day on social media and important milestones to keep in mind as we prepare for the big day, just 1 month away. We want to promote valve disease leading up to the event as well as on Valve Disease Day itself to build momentum and just get as many people as possible involved. And you are the ones who can help us accomplish that. So now that it's just 1 month from Valve Disease Day, now's a great time to start sharing on if you have a Facebook or Twitter, Instagram about valve disease and getting it into the minds of your friends who follow you on those platforms. So here are some things you can do with just 1 month away. You can change your profile picture on Facebook with this frame that you will go over your current profile picture. This is featuring our model, Kelsey Martin. And you can also change your cover photo on Facebook if you have a Facebook account. So some instructions for adding the Facebook profile frame to your profile picture. You'll just want to go to facebook.com/profilepicframes. And if you search for anything related to Valve Disease Day or valve disease, it will come up. The name of the frame is called Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day 2020. There'll be a drop-down menu on the left where you can choose that frame, and then it'll show you what it looks like over your current profile picture, and you can decide how long you want to keep it up. We'd love for you to keep it up, leading up to Valve Disease Day and a little bit after too, just to keep it in the minds of your friends and followers. So decide what time period you'd like, and then click the Use as Profile Picture button, and you're all set. So another thing that you can do is to order your sunglasses, and be quick because there's a lot of orders coming in. So, we can unfortunately can only get to the first 50 people, but so get your orders in. And then when you get those sunglasses, take a picture of yourself wearing them. Take a selfie, share why you're excited for Valve Disease Day, share your valve disease story, or if your loved one has been impacted by valve disease, and help us raise awareness and tell your followers and friends why it's so important to raise awareness of valve disease. And just a side note that these are some sample messages that you can use. And all of these, we have sample social media messages on our website, which I'll share the link with you later. In addition, here are some graphics and some other things that you can do a month ahead of time leading up to Valve Disease Day to show why you're participating. You can invite your friends to like the Valve Disease Day page. They might not know about it, and it's a great way to introduce them to the cause. So some instructions for inviting your friends if you have a Facebook page. You go to facebook.com/Valve Disease Day. Once you're on our page, you scroll down to the community section, which is on the right-hand side. And then there will be a button that says invite your friends to like this page. You can keep the preset message that Facebook gives you, or you can add your own personal message sharing why it's important to you. And then you can click select all of your friends, or you can click individual friends that you might like to invite. And then click send invites. And now your friends will have the opportunity to like the Heart Valve Disease Awareness Day Facebook page and to see important updates. Another important milestone to keep in mind is the week leading up to Valve Disease Day. Around Valentine's Day is a great time to post a message to your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram about Valve disease, reminding people that the day is only 1 week away. What better time to encourage people to listen to their hearts than on Valentine's Day? And then in the week leading up to Valve Disease Day, you can share resources on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and share videos and you can share posts like the ones here. And here's the link to where you can get social messages that you can just copy and paste onto your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. In the week leading up to Valve Disease Day, there will be many opportunities for you to engage on social media. This year, we're really excited to hold a Valve Disease Day blog carnival on Tuesday, February 18th. Basically, we will have people writing blogs about Valve Disease Day, their personal stories, why they're getting involved, what they have planned for Valve Disease Day. Even if you don't have a blog, we'd love for you to participate. You can reach out to us if you want to participate. You can also share your story at this link here, and we'll make sure to include it in our blog carnival. On Tuesday, February 18th, we will be sharing the links to all of the blogs on our Facebook and Twitter accounts so that you can be engaged and see what everyone is writing about for Valve disease. On Wednesday, we're going to be hosting a Twitter chat. If you haven't participated in a Twitter chat before, it's basically just a public conversation on Twitter around a hashtag. Ours is, of course, hashtag Valve Disease Day. You can follow the discussion and participate in the discussion. Our account, the Valve Disease Day Twitter account, will tweet out questions, and people will then answer these questions. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to share your Valve Disease story and share information about Valve disease. So just on that day, you can go onto Twitter, follow the hashtag, and you'll see what people are talking about. And it really helps raise awareness of Valve disease. Last year, we were a trending hashtag in the DC area, so that just shows you the power of a Twitter chat. So the next day, we're celebrating our Valve Disease Day partners. We have over 70 already, and including Heart Valve Voice US. And you can help by, learning. You can learn more about our partners, and you can also share why you are raising awareness for Valve disease as a heart valve disease advocate, and share, why you are so excited about this day and so excited to be a part of this movement. On Friday, February 21st, we will be having a Facebook Live. Maybe you don't have a Twitter, or even if you do have a Twitter, but you want to just participate even more, this is a great opportunity to see our CEO, Sue Peshin, and Dr. John White of WebMD to answer questions about heart valve disease. And you can also comment on the video and ask questions, or even share your story again with anyone who might be watching the video. All the comments will show up. And the video will also be available afterwards on the Valve Disease Day Facebook page. So currently we have that scheduled for 2 p.m. If that changes, we'll post an update to the Valid Disease Day Facebook page, but you can, once we have that scheduled, you can go in and set a reminder that, so when the time comes, the Facebook will remind you to watch the video. You can share it with your friends, you can like it, you can comment, and it's just a really great way to help raise awareness. Again, the day before is a great day to post reminder messages. And if you have a pair of sunglasses, you can take a picture of those again. And then we also have graphics raising awareness, and those are, again, available on our website. So on the day of, for social media, we'll be posting content from our flagship event in Harlem. So stay tuned to our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram just to see what's going on there. And you can also just follow our social accounts to see what other people are doing around Valid Disease Day. So these are some pictures from last year that people tweeted, patient advocates. They did selfies, they posted pictures from their events, and then, just posting a simple graphic and message. Follow the Valid Disease Day hashtag. Even though hashtag started on Twitter, you can still stay tuned on Instagram and Facebook as well as the post are set to public, to stay involved with what's happening on Valid Disease Day. So here are just some ideas of where you can promote Valid Disease Day. If you have any of these platforms, here are just some ideas for what you can do. Facebook is great for promoting it to your friends and family. You can use it to start a conversation with your friends on why spreading awareness of Valid disease is so important to you. And try to use photos if you can. It really helps make the posts more personal. And if you're on Twitter, of course, you're limited to 240 characters, but you can use Twitter to share short messages and statistics about Valid disease. Be sure to use the Valid Disease Day hashtag to join the conversation, and like and retweet tweets by following the Valid Disease Day Twitter account and hashtag. And Instagram is another great place to post photos and graphics related to Valid disease. And if you're going to be at any events related to Valid disease, which if you're not planning on one yet, you can go to our website and see if there's an event near you. And you can take a picture there. You can also share infographics and take a selfie showing your support for Valid Disease Day. And here are some hashtags in addition to Valid Disease Day that you might want to consider using. So here's just some best practices that to keep in mind as you're using social media. Please tag our accounts because we want to see what you are posting, and also use the hashtag. Be sure to engage with other Valid Disease Day posts by liking and sharing. Try to use images with your posts if you can. Link to validdiseaseday.org, and remember to share your story of why you are an advocate for Valid disease awareness. Try to avoid using a lot of text and posting without photos, and posting really early in the morning or late at night, just because people aren't awake to see your posts, and you want as many people to see it as possible. So here are just some sample messages that you can use. You can just copy and paste them directly, or you can customize as appropriate. It can all be found on the Valid Disease Day website. And as Kelsey mentioned before, there are numerous resources on the website that can help you promote Valid Disease Day on social media. Here you'll find tips and sample messaging, a selfie sign that you can use and take a selfie with, videos to share on Facebook and Twitter, and infographics. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you are excited to use social media to promote Valid disease awareness, and I'll turn it back over to Susan to continue the webinar. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We also want to share ideas for other ways that you can get involved that aren't necessarily involving social media, because not everybody uses social media or feels really comfortable in that venue. And so we've got lots of ideas for you on how you can get involved and share. And sharing your story is such an important part. I mean, that's what gets people's attention is human stories, you know? And so sharing your story in any way that you can helps people connect to heart valve disease as a real issue and as something that might touch their own lives or a loved one's life. And by sharing our stories, we can potentially save people's lives. So just to remind you again, you can request those sunglasses from the Alliance for Aging Research by sending an email. You can also share your story and your information via email. I know a lot of people will send group emails, and you can type up your story if you want, or just take a picture of yourself and tell a little bit about it and encourage people and send it out to your email group list or your email friends or your family. You can make a little video and share that with your email or text. You can also create messages and text your friends with your messages. We also want to encourage you, you could reach back out to your valve clinic coordinator wherever you had your valve replacement done. The valve clinic coordinators, as you know, are just that wonderful link to patients. And, you know, reach out to your valve clinic coordinator. You probably have developed a great relationship with that person, and ask your valve clinic coordinator at your hospital if they're doing anything to celebrate Valve Disease Day. And if they're not, maybe you could encourage them, maybe share the information about the website and how to get in touch with the Alliance for Aging Research to get information that your hospital could use to do some promotion. And you could even invite your hospital, if they're not doing something, to champion or partner or host a local event for Valve Disease Day. Maybe you'd be willing to share your story, and we would be more than happy to help you get prepared for that. The local grassroots efforts are so important. And who knows, maybe even your story could get picked up by the local newspaper. Maybe you want to reach out to the local newspaper and ask them if they're aware of Valve Disease Day and offer to share your story. Perhaps you're a member of a group or the seniors center or community center, or like a craft group that gets together at the library. Maybe you reach out to a local club and offer to present, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, to present sometime in February for Heart Month and Heart Valve Disease Day. So there are all kinds of ways you can do it. I'm going to come back on video, and hopefully this will work. So I'll just go on and let you know, you can do simple things. Like I made little signs like this. You can't see my mouth and the sign at the same time, but like, you know, take a picture or make a video with some signs. Like I had TAVR in 2014. I'm a childhood cancer survivor. You have reasons why sharing your heart valve disease story is important to you. For me personally, the fact that I'm a cancer survivor and wanting to reach out and educate other long-term childhood and teen and young adult cancer survivors and let them know about their risk for heart valve disease really motivates me to want to share. And you've got your own reason why sharing about heart valve disease is important to you. You know, it could be that you didn't know about it. Maybe you're a congenital heart disease person, or you have it, not that you're that person, but that you have that. Or you know, maybe you didn't know, and you know, you feel really grateful that you discovered your heart valve disease and had a solution to it. So you're here for your grandkids. Maybe you're a caregiver or a care partner and you want to share because you're so grateful that your parent is here with you because you discovered their heart valve disease. And so, you know, we have all of our own reasons why we want to tell it, and what makes it important to us makes it interesting to other people. And so, you know, that's why I mentioned I'm a childhood cancer survivor, and that my heart beats for Hodgkin lymphoma survivors in particular, because that's the kind of cancer that I had as a teenager, and the radiation treatment for that causes a lot of people to have heart valve problems, maybe even 10, 20, 30 years after their treatment. Mine was 30 years after, and I had no idea I was at risk for it. So as you can see, I get really passionate about talking about it because it's important. So, and again, this is just like printer paper, you know? And then I'm raising my voice for Valve Disease Day. Join me, and the hashtag listen to your heart. So, you know, just get creative and think about what could I do to share my story? And again, you know, reach out. We've got a month. If you get busy today, you could make a difference, and you could actually save someone's life, because as we all know, heart valve disease it can be fatal if it's not treated. It's not something you can ignore, and it's dangerous to think that the symptoms that you or a loved one are having could possibly just be getting older, slowing down, getting out of shape. You know, it's really important that we spread the word, because as we've learned from the statistics, not enough people know about it, and it's dangerous, and we have great solutions to fix it. You know, I got my new valve 5 years ago, and I'm doing great, and I can exercise, and I love sharing the word about it. So we have 15 minutes left. We have some time that we can do some question and answer. And I mean, if we don't have more questions, we can kind of close a little early, which is fine as well. Lindsay, do you guys have anything else you would like to add?
No, but thank you so much, Susan, for all of your ideas. You're right. Social media is a great platform, but it's not the only way to be engaged. So thank you for highlighting some additional opportunities. And we're thankful to everyone who engaged last year and who's planning to this year. And if anyone thinks of a question afterwards or is looking for any guidance on how to engage, please feel free to reach out to any of us at the Alliance. And we're happy to help, and we're so grateful to have you all on board and helping with this important movement. And thank you again, Susan, for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you all so much for presenting, taking the time, and for preparing such wonderful assets to use for social media sharing. And also, I think these same assets could be utilized also to share via text or email, and we'll be sending out emails to help people with that as well. And also just kind of breaking it down into small parts if people are interested in kind of venturing out and trying to do something on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. We'll be sending emails breaking it down into small pieces and helping you do that. But you're welcome to email us at info@heartvalvevoiceus.org or the Alliance to help you, or if you have ideas about how you can get involved with Heart Valve Voice locally. You know, we're here to help, because really the main point is wanting to get the word out and help people get the treatment that they need, and help people realize that many times they can feel much better with heart valve replacement. So that is pretty much all I have to say. And we do want to encourage you to sign up for Heart Valve Voice US updates if you haven't gone to our website or if you get our emails, if you've signed up for this webinar, you should be on our mailing list to get updates. But if you share this with someone, be sure and encourage them to sign up so that they get all the information that we have, because we've got a lot, and we've got a lot of things coming up too. We're really excited at Heart Valve Voice for 2020. This upcoming year, we've got some exciting things cooking that we'll be announcing and letting you know. And I think this next year and this next decade is going to have a lot of growth and a lot of exciting things and ways for you to get more involved as patients and as advocates as much as you are interested and willing to do. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us today and being with us. And we're glad you're here, and we're glad that you care about sharing the information, and we'll be in touch. So thanks again, everybody. Take care.